Everyone, this is lecture number 20 of engineering thermodynamics. In last lecture we have seen some numericals based on ideal gas. Now let us derive the equation for entropy for different processes. Entropy change for closed system, we are considering here for closed system because most of the portion will be based on closed system only. We do not consider open system because in our syllabus hardly any problem asked on the open system, and whenever system is not mentioned we have to consider it is a closed system unless and until open system is mentioned. Therefore, change in entropy for first process, heating of a gas at constant volume. Look at the figure. This is a TS diagram. Temperature, this temperature entropy diagram. Whenever we want to calculate heat transfer from area or the any indicator diagram, we always consider TS diagram to calculate heat transfer. Area under the curve in TS diagram represents the heat transfer. Area under the curve in PV diagram represents the work done. Therefore, remember, for work done always consider PV diagram. For heat transfer consider TS diagram. This is a constant volume line. This is constant volume line. On TS diagram, constant volume lines are curved. Process 1 to 2 is a heating process in which volume remains constant, temperature changes and entropy also changes. Let us consider 1 kg of gas be heated. 1 kg of gas be heated at constant volume, and let the change of entropy and absolute temperature be from S1 to S2 and T1 to T2. Means during heating process, temperature changes from T1 to T2 and entropy changes from S1 to S2. Now we have to calculate area under the curve so that we get heat transfer. Heat transfer is area under the curve. For constant volume process, we have already derived the heat transfer formula. That heat transfer formula is Q is equal to CV T2 minus T1. We know that the first law of thermodynamics, is Q is equal to internal energy plus work done. For constant volume process, in work done is 0. Therefore, heat transfer is equal to internal energy, and internal energy is CV T2 minus T1. Therefore, heat transfer for constant volume process is Q is equal to CV T2 minus T1. But here we have to calculate entropy. We don't want to calculate heat transfer. We have to calculate change in entropy. Now to calculate change in entropy, consider a elemental area. Consider a elemental area of this diagram. If we consider it for elemental area, the heat transfer for elemental area, to find elemental area, differentiating to find small increment of a heat dq, we will find small increment in heat transfer, that is dq, corresponding to small rise in temperature, that is dt. Therefore, we will write same equation in the form of differential dq is equal to cv into dt. Now divide this equation by t. Why we are dividing it by t? Because dq by t is a entropy. dq by t is equal to cv dt by t. dq by t is a ds, entropy. dq by t is a entropy, and entropy is a s. Therefore, small change in entropy is ds is equal to cv t2 by t, dt by t. Now integrate it. Integrate on the both side, we get integration of a ds from s1 to s2 is equal to cv integration of dt by t from t1 to t2. We are integrating both side with different variables. We are integrating entropy with respect to entropy, and we are integrating temperature with respect to temperature. Now after integration, ds is equal to s2 minus s1. After we apply the limit, this cv is a constant. Integration of dt by t is a log. log of E, it is a natural log base to E T2 by T1. It is the integration of dt by T. Therefore, this is a final expression for change in entropy. S2 minus S1 is a change in entropy at constant volume. Remember, in constant volume, specific heat is a CV. Then heating of a gas at constant pressure. Again, for entropy, we have to consider TS diagram only. On TS diagram, process 1 to 2 represents constant pressure line. Now, in case of constant volume line, the curve was the same. In this diagram, both constant volume and constant pressure line are shown. Why? To differentiate constant volume line and constant pressure line. Actually, constant volume line and constant pressure line are not parallel. They are slightly uh, inclined to each other. You can say slightly inclined to each other. Therefore, constant volume line and constant pressure line may intersect at some point. Suppose process 1 to 2 is a constant pressure process, then process will be like this. If it is constant pressure process, if the process is constant volume, then it will be like this. Heating process is constant volume, then it will be like this. If the heating process is constant pressure, then it will be like this. Here we are considering constant pressure process, therefore we will consider this continuous line, continuous curve, process 1 to 2. And we know that the area under this curve represents the heat transfer. Since this is a constant pressure process, we know the heat transfer, equation of heat transfer for constant pressure. Consider 1 kg of gas be heated at constant pressure so that its absolute temperature changes from T1 to T2 and entropy changes from S1 to S2. Then heat transfer for constant pressure process is Cp. In constant volume process it was Cv. Q is equal to Cp T2 minus T1. Differentiating to find a small increase in heat, that is dq of this gas when the temperature rises dt. Again consider in the form of small increment, that is differential from dq is equal to cp dt. Now divided by temperature, dq by t equal to cp dt by t. dq by t is a ds, cp dt by t. Now integrate it both the side, left side with respect to entropy and right side with respect to temperature. Therefore, integration of ds from S1 to S2, integration of dt by t from T1 to T2. Therefore, integration of ds is S2 minus S1 and integration of dt by t is Cp log base to it T2 by T1. Now, remember here it is a Cp. This is a final formula for change in entropy in constant pressure process. For constant volume process only replace Cp by Cp by V. Now isothermal process. Consider TS diagram. Isothermal process. Process 1 to 2 is isothermal, means temperature doesn't change. Constant temperature process. Now process 1 to 2 is isothermal process and area below this line represents the heat transfer. Can we calculate area of this? This is a rectangle only. This is a rectangle. We can easily calculate. Means length into breadth. Length is S2 minus S1 is the length and breadth is temperature. Breadth is temperature, means T S2 minus S1 is the area under the curve and area under the curve is Q. Therefore, Q is equal to T S2 minus S1. We can calculate easily. But already we have seen Q for isothermal process. For isothermal process, since the temperature is change in temperature is 0, change in internal energy is 0, therefore Q is equal to work done. For isothermal process, heat transfer is equal to work done. And isothermal expansion 1 to 2 at constant temperature T is shown in figure. Entropy change from S1 to S2 where the gas absorbs heat during expansion. The heat taken by the gas is given by the area under the line 1 2, which also represents the work done during the expansion. In other words, Q is equal to W. We have already seen that Q is equal to W in isothermal process. According to first law of thermodynamics, Q is equal to change in internal energy plus work done. But change in internal energy is 0 for constant temperature. Therefore, equation of first law is Q is equal to W, and Q is equal to change in integration S1 to S2 T ds, or we can directly write from the curve area under the curve. This is a rectangle. The area is T into S2 minus S1, as I explained. Now, equation for work done. Equation of work done for isothermal process. W is equal to P1 V1 log base 2 V2 by V1. This equation we have already seen while deriving the expression for work done for different processes. This is work done for isothermal process. For isothermal process or any ideal gas equation, PV is equal to MRT, we know. PV is equal to MRT, but here V is a specific volume, hence PV is equal to RT. Therefore, P1 V1 is equal to RT1. We can replace P1 V1 by RT1. Now RT1 log base 2 V2 by V1 per kg. But work done is equal to heat transfer. Work done is equal to heat transfer. We have taken work done on right hand side and Q on left hand side. Q is equal to T S2 minus S1. Now on both the sides there are T. We can here T1 is equal to T2. Therefore this T is equal to T1 and T2 both. You can take T1, you can take T2, no problem. Then T and T will get cancelled. Then S2 minus S1 is equal to R log base 2 V2 by V1. S2 minus S1 equal to R log base 2 V2 by V1. Now for isothermal process, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Therefore you can replace V2 by V1 by P1 by P2 also. Now adiabatic process. Adiabatic process, consider reversible adiabatic process. And reversible adiabatic process is isentropic process. I have already explained. Consider TS diagram. Adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, heat transfer is 0. Heat transfer is 0 and entropy remains constant. Therefore, process 1 to 2. This is a reversible adiabatic expansion process where temperature reduces, temperature changes, but entropy remains same. Now, if you try to calculate area under this line represents a point, and point is a 0. Point is 0. We know that the chain during adiabatic process it transfer is 0, and also we have checked it from the TS diagram, that from the TS diagram change in entropy is 0. Either change in entropy is 0, over here we get 0. Then temperature into entropy will be 0, that is heat transfer is 0. During an adiabatic process, as a heat is neither supplied nor rejected, heat transfer is 0, that is dq is equal to 0, or dq by dt is equal to 0 and ds is equal to 0. Change in entropy for adiabatic process is also 0. This shows that there is no change in entropy and hence it is known as isentropic process. Figure represents an adiabatic process. It is a vertical line 1 2. It is a vertical line 1 2, and therefore area under the line is nil. Area under this line is nil. Hence heat supplied or rejected and entropy change is 0. Polytropic process. Consider TS diagram. Process 1 to 2 is a polytropic process, and area under this polytropic process represents heat transfer. We have already derived expression for heat transfer for polytropic process. The expression for entropy change in polytropic process is represented by the law PV raised to power n is equal to constant, and this is the expression for change in entropy. Actually that is delta Q by T. We have already derived the formula for delta q, and if we divide delta q by t, we get s2 minus s1, and t will be cancelled over here. This is change in internal energy, and this is the work done. If we divide it by temperature, we get this term. Therefore, directly s2 minus s1 is Cv log base 2 T2 by T1 plus R log base 2 V2 by V1. Also, P1 V1 raised to power n is equal to P2 V2 raised to power n for polytropic process, because polytropic process is represented by the law PV raised to power n for process 1 to 2. P1 V1 raised to power n is equal to P2 V2 raised to power n. We have already seen the pressure volume temperature relation. Now temperature and volume relation. T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to power n minus 1. Now let us find in term of V2 by V1. When we find it in term of V2 by V1, then V1 by V2 will be equal to T2 by T1 raised to power 1 by n minus 1. And if I take the reciprocal, or if I change the values from numerator to denominator, then it will be V2 by V1 is equal to T1 by T2 raised to power 1 upon n minus 1. Only we have taken this term on the temperature. Substituting the value of V2 by V1 in equation, S2 minus S1 is equal to Cv log base 2 T2 by T1 plus R log base 2 T1 by T2 raised to power 1 upon n minus 1. Now we can take R is equal to Cp minus Cv. We can take R equal to Cp minus Cv. Now this is a log. Consider this is a x and this is a n. Then log x raised to power n is n log x. Whenever there is a log, we can take power. We can take down the power. Therefore, Cv ln T2 by T1. This term is as it is. Then in this term, this power is taken below. That is R n 1 upon n minus 1 log base to T1 by T2. Here it is T2 minus T2 by T1, and here it is T1 by T2. If we take its reciprocal, then T2 will go to the numerator and T1 will go to the denominator, and power will be minus 1. Its power will be minus 1. If we take power minus 1, then its positive sign will be negative, then its plus will be minus. If you have taken minus 1 below, then Cv log base to T2 by T1 minus R 1 upon n minus 1 log base to T2 by T1, because we have to make this term log base to T2 by T1 common. Now R is equal to Cp minus Cv. We know that the relation between Cp, Cv and R is equal to Cp minus Cv. Therefore, the equation will be Cv log base to T2 by T1 minus Cp minus Cv 1 upon n minus 1 log base to A T2 by T1. Now if we divide it by Cv, Cp by Cv, divide and multiply Cp by Cv, Cv, then Cp by Cv is gamma, and then Cp will be there minus Cv. Remaining term will be same, Cv log base to T2 by T1 minus gamma into Cv minus Cv into 1 upon n minus 1 log base to T2 minus T1. Now take Cv log base to T2 by T1 common. Take Cv log base to T2 by T1 common. Then this term will be 1. We are taking Cv common from this term. Then it will be gamma minus 1 upon n minus 1. This term is already we have taken common. Now cross multiply it, it will be n minus 1 minus gamma minus 1 upon n minus 1 into Cv. We are writing this term on the right hand side and after this term, Cv is equal to n minus 1 minus gamma minus 1 upon n minus 1 log base 2 T2 by T1. Now if we simplify it, it will be n minus gamma minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled. Therefore, Cv is equal to n minus gamma upon n minus 1. Here n minus gamma will be remaining and minus 1 plus 1 will be cancelled and remaining term will be as it is. Therefore, S2 minus S1 equal to Cv n minus gamma upon n minus 1 log base 2 T2 by T1. This is the final expression of change in entropy for polytropic process. Now look at the summary of this for the general cases. Change in entropy is Cv log base 2 T2 by T1 plus R log base 2 V2 by V1. Cv log base 2 P2 by P1 plus Cv log base 2 V2 by V1. Cp log base 2 T2 by T1 minus R log base 2 P2 by P1. These are the formulas in terms of temperature volume, in terms of pressure volume, in terms of temperature pressure. Now for different processes, for constant volume Cv ln T2 by T1, ln is log base 2. For constant pressure Cp log base 2 T2 by T1. For isothermal R log base 2 V2 by V1, or we can write P1 by P2 also. For adiabatic process, change in entropy is 0. For polytropic process, Cv n minus gamma upon n minus 1 log base 2 T2 by T1. Now we will see the numericals. An iron cube at a temperature of 400 degrees Celsius, an iron cube at a temperature of 400 degrees Celsius is dropped into an insulated bath containing 10 kg of water at 25 degrees Celsius. There is an iron cube is dipped or dropped in a water. Temperature of iron cube is 400 degrees Celsius and temperature of water is 25 degrees Celsius. Temperature of mass of water is 10 kg. The water finally reaches to a temperature of 50 degrees Celsius at steady state. Given that the specific heat of a water is equal to 4186 joule per kg Kelvin, find the entropy change of iron cube and the water. If the process is reversible, if yes, why? We have to also mention whether the process is reversible or not. We have already seen in the entropy different condition for the process to be reversible. Consider an iron cube at temperature 400 degrees Celsius is dipped into the water, but mass of iron cube is not given. Iron cube temperature is 400 degrees Celsius and that iron cube is dipped into the water at a 20 and water is at 25 degrees Celsius. The heat transfer will take place between water and iron cube. Temperature of iron cube will reduce and temperature of water will increase, and both will come to the same temperature, and that temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. Therefore, this 50 degrees Celsius is called as steady state temperature or equilibrium temperature. Means initial temperature of iron cube is 400, final temperature of iron cube is 50. Initial temperature of water is 25 and final temperature of water is 50 degrees Celsius. Specific heat of water is given. Temperature of iron cube 400 degrees Celsius, that is 673 Kelvin. Temperature of water 25 degrees Celsius, that is 298 Kelvin. Mass of water 10 kg. Temperature of water and cube after equilibrium. After equilibrium means after heat transfer is completed, 50 degrees Celsius. Water and iron cube both reaches to same temperature, that is 50 degrees Celsius. It is 323 Kelvin. Specific heat of water 4186 joule per kg Kelvin. We have to calculate change in entropy of iron cube and water, and also we have to mention whether the process is reversible or not. Now here heat transfer takes place between iron cube and water. The whatever heat is absorbed by the water is the heat rejected by the iron cube. Therefore, we can equate heat transfer between iron cube and water as a heat loss by iron cube is equal to heat gain by water, and heat loss by iron cube is equal to mcp change in temperature mcp dt, and heat gain by water mcp dt. But for iron we are taking suffix as I, for water we are taking suffix as W. Therefore MICPI 673 minus 223. 673 is a 400 degrees Celsius and 323 is a 50 degrees Celsius. Means highest temperature of iron is 400 and lowest temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. Mass of water, specific heat of water, then highest temperature of water is 50 degrees Celsius and lowest temperature of water is 25 degrees Celsius in term of Kelvin here written. Mass of water and specific heat of water is mentioned in the problem, but we don't know the value of MICPM is mass of iron and specific heat of iron. Therefore, only this term is a unknown. We can calculate because everything is known to us. Therefore, MICPI is equal to 10. Mass of water is 10. Then specific heat of water is 4186. Then change in temperature 223 minus 298. Here we have to take change in temperature like highest temperature minus lowest temperature. Don't take it T2 by T2 minus T1, because for water, since it is a heat rejected, for water T2 is highest, here T2 is lowest. Therefore, consider here change in temperature. Do not consider T2 minus T1. We will get MICPI as 2990. Mi is a mass of iron in kg and Cpi is a specific heat of iron in joule per kg Kelvin. Entropy of iron at 400 degrees Celsius, that is 673 Kelvin. MICPI ln T1 by T2. MICPI ln T1 by T2. MICPI is 2900 ln. Ln means natural log base to E. 673 is a T1, that is 400 degrees Celsius, and is T2 for iron, that is 50 degrees Celsius, and change in entropy is a 2697.8. Sorry, this 273 is a datum temperature. 273 is a datum temperature, and this is a temperature of iron. Temperature of iron is 400 degrees Celsius, that is 673 Kelvin, and datum temperature is considered as 0 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 273 Kelvin. Now entropy of water. Entropy of water at 298 Kelvin. 298 Kelvin is a 25 degrees Celsius. MCP ln temperature of water upon 0 degree Celsius. Temperature of water upon 0 degree Celsius. Mass of water is 10. Specific heat of water is 4186. Ln is a log base to E. 25 degrees Celsius upon 0 degree Celsius in term of Kelvin, 298 Kelvin upon 273 Kelvin. Now we got the entropy of iron and entropy of water. Entropy of iron at 323 degrees Celsius is when iron becomes cold. When the heat is rejected from the iron, it reaches to 50 degrees Celsius, that is 223 Kelvin. Again, MICPI ln 50 degree upon 0 degree, that is 323 degrees Kelvin upon 273 Kelvin. We got 502.8. Now entropy of water at 50 degrees Celsius. Again, MCP ln 50 upon 0 degree Celsius. 50 degree upon 0 degree, that is 223 upon 273. Now change in entropy of iron. Change in entropy of iron that is uh, after heat transfer, entropy after heat transfer minus entropy before heat transfer. After heat transfer, entropy of iron is 502.8. Before heat transfer it was 2697.8. Therefore, change in entropy of iron is minus 2195 joule per Kelvin. Change in entropy of water. Since water is heated, after heat transfer, change in entropy of water is 7040.04. Before heat transfer, it was 3667.8. Therefore, 3372.24 means water gained the heat. Therefore, entropy change of water is positive. Now, change in entropy of universe, we can say here universe means water and iron cube. 3372.24 minus 2195, we got 1177.24 joule per Kelvin. Since change in entropy is greater than 0, change in entropy is greater than 0, hence the process is irreversible. We have already seen this condition. If the change in entropy is greater than 0, then process is uh, irreversible. If the change in entropy is equal to 0, then this process is reversible. If it is less than 0, then process is impossible. Next problem. An ideal gas is heated from temperature T1 to T2. An ideal gas is heated from temperature T1 to T2 by keeping its volume constant. This is a heating process, constant volume heating process. The gas is expanded back to its initial temperature according to the law PV raised to power n is equal to constant. If the entropy change in the two processes are equal, entropy change in these two processes are equal, find the value of n in term of adiabatic index gamma. Consider here two processes are given. First process is heating process, where gas is heated from temperature T1 to T2. Gas is heated from temperature T1 to T2 keeping volume constant, means first process is constant volume process. Second process is a expansion process, where expansion takes place with the law of PV raised to power n is equal to constant, means second process is a polytropic process. Now in both the process, first process is constant volume, second process is polytropic. In both the process, change in entropy is gamma. Change in entropy is same. Now we have to calculate the value of n in term of gamma. Change in entropy during constant volume process is mCv ln T2 by T1. Change in entropy during polytropic process mCv gamma minus n upon n minus 1 ln T2 by T1. We already derived this expression, that is Cv gamma minus n upon n minus 1 ln T2 by T1. Here we are considering m because we are considering total. Whenever we consider total entropy, then we multiply term by m. For the same entropy, in both the cases, entropy change is same. If the entropy change in two processes are equal, therefore we can equate first process and second process. If the same entropy equation 1 and 2 have, when we equate both equation, then mCv ln T2 by T1, mCv ln T2 by T1, this will get cancelled. Only right hand side will be gamma minus n upon n minus 1. Therefore, we will get this expression gamma minus n upon n minus 1. Now we have to calculate value of n only. We can rewrite this equation as gamma minus n equal to n minus 1. Take n on the right hand side, this will be minus 2n, sorry, left hand side, take this n on the left hand side, this will be minus 2n is equal to gamma plus 1, and n is equal to gamma plus 1 upon 2. The value of n is gamma plus 1 upon 2. This is the value of n in term of gamma. This we are supposed to find. Okay. This was the last problem of the unit 2. We have completed unit number 2. From next class, we will start unit number 3, in which we will see availability. In availability also, we have to deal with some equations which we have seen in the entropy and ideal gas equation. Okay.